Hey, Randy, you there? About this coming week. You know we have that 5-day holiday break. I'm going on a trip with a friend of mine. Just letting you know.
Huh? Really? I thought you were going to visit your folks.
Huh? Was I?
Yeah, I remember you saying something about that. That you were looking forward to seeing your folks? You said your friend back home had a baby, so you were going to stay with your folks and visit her.
Oh yeah, right. I plan to go see my friend and afterward check in with my folks and then meet up with my other friend for the trip. Kinda busy, I know, but, you know.
Oh, I see. Not much time to see your folks. Won't they be a bit disappointed?
Yeah, well, I talk to them constantly, so they won't mind. I had a really hectic schedule and I forgot to mention all that. I was just thinking about the trip.
Oh yeah, right.
My last day at work is on Thursday, so right after I work, I plan to drive to my folks' place, check out my friend, and then meet up with my friend for the trip.
So, you'll be gone the whole week? Back on Tuesday or so?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Alright then. Have fun and say hi to your folks for me.
You got it. Alrighty, all packed and ready to go.
All packed, huh?
Yeah, ready for some rest and relaxation.
Right. Hope you have fun.
Thanks. Off to my folks' place and then meet up with my friend for that beach resort. Can't wait.
Hey, Andrea! Have you arrived at the resort?
Oh, hi, Randy. Yeah, just checked in. What's up?
There's something I need to tell you. It's urgent!
Sorry. My friend and I were just about to take a dip in the ocean. Can this wait?
This is no time for swimming! I said this is urgent and I mean it!
Come on, Randy. I need this time to relax. Can we do this later? I really don't need this right now. It's my R&R.
I'm sorry to interrupt your little love affair. Your parents were in a traffic accident.
Huh? Excuse me? What are you talking about?
I'm really being super patient here. I thought I could keep my cool, but I'm actually a bit confused. Should I just continue to stay calm, or should I just go off the deep end? But, considering your parents, I'm gonna remain composed.
Right. You're not making much sense. What's this about my folks? An accident, did you say?
Yes. Your folks went out shopping and this car came out of nowhere and skidded toward them. They smashed into a guardrail.
What? Are you serious?
Absolutely serious. They were transferred to a nearby hospital.
They were... what? I really can't believe this. Are you making all this up or something? Trying to get me to cut my vacation short? And this nonsense about me having an affair or something.
Yeah, well, let's leave that aside for now. What we should be worrying about is your parents. I'm not making all this up. They're in the ER now and the doctors are operating on them. I need you to get back here as soon as possible.
I can't do that. Besides, I don't believe you. Randy, pulling one of your silly pranks to get back at me. I really don't need this now. I'm resting and relaxing. How many times do I have to tell you? I'm not in the mood for your stupid pranks.
It's no prank! I'm telling you the truth!
I'm on vacation and I don't want any interruptions. I'm going to block you. See you in a few days.
Maybe you didn't hear me right. The accident, your parents, it's all true. This is no joke. Call the Memorial Hospital downtown and they'll verify it. At least do that if you don't believe me. Andrea, pick up! I can't believe you. You really blocked me. Where the hell are you staying? At least give me the address!
Hey, Randy. I'm home. You there? Wow, what a vacation. I needed that. I unblocked you. Hey, you there? I just turned off the exit. Should be home in about 30 minutes. And for your information, I stopped by my folks' place and they were there. No problem.
Oh yeah? That beach resort was way out of the way from your parents' place. Weird that you'd be able to see your folks and already be back. You didn't even stop by last Thursday, did you? Oh, and how was your friend? Cute baby, I bet. Oh, and by the by, I'm at your parents' place right now.
Huh? You're where?
Your younger brother, who lives pretty far away, as you know, arrived a few days ago, too.
Huh? Why is he here?
Have you not been listening? Oh, yeah. You had your phone turned off and enjoying the beach. Why do you think he's here? For God's sakes! Your folks are still in the hospital, that's why!
Wait a sec.
Well, luckily the accident wasn't fatal. Injury to the head, a severe concussion, but they are sedated now. Just hope there are no complications later on.
So this wasn't a prank. It was all true. Really? You said Memorial Hospital, right? I better get over there.
Too late for visits. Even if you did visit, they probably wouldn't want to see you. Visiting hours are over.
Huh? Why wouldn't they want to see me?
Before the accident, I talked to your folks about your affair. I wanted to get their advice on what I should do. Fortunately, they are of sound mind now. We were very worried at first, but thank God it turned out okay. They are completely aware that you didn't cut your vacation short and come rushing to their side. You can imagine how disappointed they were.
Huh? They know all about the trip? That I wasn't there for them?
That's right. Now that you unblocked me, let me get right down to it, if I may.
Right down to what?
The problem that we had before all this happened to your parents. The problem of your infidelity. Mr. James O'Connor, sales manager at the company you work at.
Huh? Why do you...
That's the guy who you're seeing, right? You're seeing this guy. James, was it? For 5 years or so. That means you've been seeing each other even before we got married. As a matter of fact, you knew each other before we even started dating.
Wait a second! Stop right there! I don't need to hear this!
I also know that Mr. O'Connor is a relative of the company's CEO. Apparently, people at the office knew of your relationship, but due to the consequences to their careers, if they even hinted about it, most kept their mouths shut. Seems I was your little puppet, a cover for you guys. A convenient loser to cover up your relationship.
But how did this get out?
Well, Mrs. O'Connor just couldn't keep quiet about it any longer. She long suspected her husband, but never really had any concrete proof. So, she hired a private investigator and gathered a considerable amount of evidence about you guys. You know what else? She also contacted me and provided me with all the evidence that she had collected.
Are you serious? He told me it was all okay. That nobody knew about us. That I had nothing to worry about.
Also, as I said earlier, I'm at your parents' home right now. When you were having fun, or should I say cheating on me at some beach resort, I got all my stuff packed up and out of that house.
Huh? You moved out? Why?
Obviously because we're getting divorced, that's why! Do you really expect me to continue living with you after you've been cheating on me for years and using me as some sort of pawn? You can't be serious! So, I moved all my stuff to my parents' place and drove over here. You're not gonna deny me the divorce, are you? I mean, I do have a lot of evidence about your affair. You're actually not in a very good position.
But I was only... Ugh, the heck with it. If it's all out in the open now and everyone knows, so be it. I love James and I always have. There, I said it. And needless to say, James loves me too. Yeah, divorce. Yeah, go for it. I don't give a damn. You want compensation, I suppose. Well, James will pay for that, no problem.
Oh yeah? Alright. So you have no objections about getting divorced and you're willing to pay compensation. Is that right?
Yeah. Let's just get this over with. I just got a text from James. Seems his wife also packed up and left him. Went to her parents' home, it seems. This means I have nowhere else to go but to his place. That's fine with me. Actually, that's what I wanted all along. Funny how things work out, huh? About the divorce papers. I'll sign that and send it to you later. Can I go now? Hey Randy, what's up? About that divorce. Let's forget about it. What do you say?
Huh? Excuse me?
Well, it seems James, he's no longer the sales manager.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Seems Mrs. O'Connor is the vice president of the parent company you work for or something, right?
Yeah. This is the first I'm hearing of it too.
You and James worked at the same marketing division, right? Is it really true that you guys would go on supposed sales visits, but then check into a motel or something? And not just once, but like every chance you got? It's a miracle you kept it secret for so long. The section chief was concerned about your schedule. He apparently suspected what you guys were up to. Guess you guys finally pissed off the wrong people. As for James, he got transferred to some far-off branch office somewhere. Weren't you also bumped down to administration? Doing filing work, right? Whew, big cut of your salary, I heard.
That's right. How could they? No way I can marry James anymore. That's for certain. And with this pay decrease, how am I supposed to survive? I can't pay compensation to you if I get divorced, so could we just, forget the whole thing?
Like nothing ever happened, huh? Just sweep it all under the rug.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it would be the best way to get my folks to forgive me. We make up and they'll let bygones be bygones. I'm sure of it. This would also be the best option for you too, right?
You're really pathetic.
Huh?
I can't believe you. Do you have your head on backwards? Don't you have any common sense? Let bygones be bygones? Give me a break!
But that's the only choice I have.
No matter how many times you apologize or plead for my forgiveness, I will never, ever forget what you did to me. And for that matter, to your folks. It's inconceivable to think that we would ever get back together again. I would rather die than do that.
Then what am I supposed to do from now on? What can I do to get back with you and to get out of paying the compensation?
Like I said, there is no such thing as getting back together again. Get that through your head. As for compensation, you'll pay that one way or another. I'll make sure of that.
Huh? But Randy, please.
The divorce is gonna happen one way or another. Mark my words. Same thing goes for the compensation. Get it through your head. You will pay the amount that my lawyer presented to you yesterday. Sorry, but there is no other option for you.
You're serious, aren't you? Please, Randy. Randy, are you there? Please pick up. Please help me. Let me stay at your place. Please. I brought some of my luggage. I'm right outside. Please let me in. And I also resigned from the company today. I'm not the old Andrea anymore. So let me in and I'll do my best to be a good housewife. I'll do anything you want. What do you say? Please, Randy, help me out. I mean, we did fall in love and marry, right? Please open the front door, would you? Randy, you there? I've been waiting out here for 30 minutes already. Where are you at? Please open up, would you?
Excuse me, but... Are you a stalker now? This is really creeping me out, to tell you the truth.
Huh? Stalker?
You stay any longer and I'm going to call the police.
Call the police? Your wife is just visiting your folks' place. What's wrong with that? No need to call the cops.
I already submitted the divorce papers.
Huh? You already submitted them?
Yeah. I was gonna wait until I received the first payment from you, but... Your brother felt really bad about this whole mess and paid the entire amount to me. On your behalf. You better work things out with him.
Huh? My brother? Really?
Don't think you're off the hook. He said he was gonna make you pay every cent back, however long it takes.
He's going to make me pay it all back?
Oh, finally arrived.
Huh? What finally arrived?
That van your brother is driving? It just arrived in front of the house. Take a look behind you.
Huh? What the hell is this?
Your brother got one of his friends to find you a job. You should be grateful. You're leaving for a live-in job somewhere. Lucky you brought some of your stuff. I heard it's pretty far.
Why the hell is my brother even here?
You disappeared last week after all the ruckus. But we figured you'd show up here one of these days. So we were prepared for you. Actually, you got here sooner than expected. Glad you waited out there for 30 minutes. Gave him time to get here.
No, this is not happening. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna get back together with you and be a full-time housewife.
Are you still going on about that?
But you still love me, right? I mean, I certainly love you, Randy. The feeling is mutual, right?
Before I learned you were cheating on me, I had some affection for you, true. But now, I loathe you. I can't stand to even see you anymore.
Huh? Loathe me? You're kidding!
How could you be so surprised? After what you did to me, I never want to see you ever again!
Please, Randy!
I always thought it was weird that she was so stuck on me. Guess they needed me as an alibi or some kind of convenient cover for her love affair. She figured she had me wrapped around her little finger to do as she pleased. She got me all wrong. I wasn't that stupid. As soon as she came crawling to my parents' place, figured it'd be about a week or so, I called her younger brother right away. He immediately came by, put her in his van against her will, and drove off. Several months after that, her parents were finally permitted to come home. They didn't return to their old home, but decided to buy a small apartment nearby, closer to the park and shopping center. They figured their daughter would come crawling back to them once her debts were paid. It'll probably take a few years at least, but you never know. They may even sell the place before long. Besides, it's only the two of them. They really don't need a huge house for themselves. As for me, I've been offered a position on the East Coast and figured I would move there with my folks. It would be a great change of scenery, and maybe down the line I'll meet someone special.
Hey, Paul, are you there? You're over at your parents' place right now, right? Could you get back over here right away?
Huh? Pardon me?
I think the baby is coming. I should head to the hospital. Could you drive me there right away?
No, can't do it.
Wait, what? Why not?
Would you just stop? I said no, for God's sakes.
Why do you just hang up? I said the baby is coming. I'm having contractions.
Stop bothering me. I'm not going to no hospital.
How could you say that, Paul? Do you realize what this means? If I don't go to the hospital right now, the baby will be in danger.
Just call a darn taxi. You can use your phone still, right?
Call a cab? Are you serious? It's your child that's about to be born. How could you even say that? Why are you being so cold? I can't do this alone. Paul, I need someone by my side.
Damn it, you don't give up, do you? I'm too busy to deal with you right now.
Don't tell me that Kathy is also having contractions. I remember her delivery date was about the same time as mine. I realize you're worried about your younger sister, but I'm in the same situation here, and you're my husband. Why do you ignore me and give priority to your younger sister? She's got her husband to look after her, doesn't she? Get your mom and dad to help out and work something out, would you? You don't all have to be over there. I mean, use common sense, Paul. This is nuts.
I said no way. Call a cab.
Paul, you stole my purse, didn't you?
Huh? What now?
I was getting ready to go to the hospital by cab and checked my bag, and my purse was nowhere to be found.
Oh, yeah. I was on my way to take Kathy to the hospital, and I realized I didn't have any money for a cab.
So you took my money? Are you serious?
Now, how the heck am I supposed to get to the hospital? Get this through your thick skull, Trish. I'm not going to the hospital for you. I made up my mind a long time ago that if Kathy's baby came the same time as yours, I would give her priority over you.
You cannot be serious.
What's wrong with giving your family members priority over a stranger? You had the gall to have your baby at the same time as her. You have no right to be griping on and on about this, so give it up.
Paul, I think I'm going into labor. The water.
Come on, Trish. Forget the cab. Just have the baby in the bathtub or something. Figure it out yourself. And Trish, don't make a mess.
Paul, Trish here. It was a boy. My neighbor, Carol, helped me out and took me to the hospital. I don't know what I would have done without her.
You have got to be kidding me. You had to impose on your neighbor?
I had no other choice. I had no money for a cab. I could hardly walk, for God's sake. Carol has kids, so she knows exactly how I felt and knew exactly what to do. Without her help, I don't know what would have happened. Once I'm back from the hospital, and if you have time, please thank her.
I can't believe you. We need to be on good terms with our neighbors. Don't go giving our neighbors a hard time, would you?
Hey, Paul, when are you coming to the hospital? I mean, you could at least pay one visit. I know you're all worried about your sister, but you're a father now. Don't you even want to see your son? As a father, that's the least you can do.
Sorry, but I just can't do that right now. Kathy wants me by her side. I just can't leave her. After giving birth, she's really drained of strength, not to mention her emotional state. No, I'm going to stick by her side until it gets better.
By the way, where the hell is Kathy's husband? Shouldn't he be there?
Pardon me?
I know she's there at your parents' place, but she lives just down the street. Shouldn't her husband be there by now? Shouldn't he be the one by her side?
Oh, yeah. Didn't I tell you? Guess not. She got divorced about a month ago.
Wait, what? She got divorced?
It seems that jerk was impotent, which meant that the kid wasn't his.
Am I hearing you right? That's crazy.
Well, it is what it is. So letting her have a kid all alone with nobody to rely on, it just seemed cruel, you know? As her big brother, I made up my mind to comfort her any way I could.
Hold on a second. I heard that Kathy was in the VIP room at this very hospital. Is that true?
Yeah, that's right. Don't go complaining that you had to stay in one of those rooms with several other patients. I'm not in the mood to hear that.
Relative to what you were saying, I sort of think that Kathy's husband would be demanding compensation for, it seems obvious. She's not exactly well off with that hanging over her head. How could she afford to stay in a VIP room?
Yeah, well, I paid for all that.
You cannot be serious, Paul. We can't afford to pay the hospital fee for 2 women. Are you nuts?
So you saying I should just dump on Kathy, huh? My little sister?
No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I wish you would have talked to me before making such a decision. Just think of our financial situation. There's no way we could afford to put her up in a VIP room.
Quit yapping on about what's already been done. What's the use? If you keep this crap up, Trish, I may even think about divorcing. You don't want that, do you?
Pardon me?
You're the one that's gonna pay the price if that happens. You have no parents or siblings to fall back on.
That's a low blow, Paul. Even for you.
Anyway, why'd you even have to get pregnant? Just my little sister was plenty. We don't need any more kids in this world. This whole mess is all your fault. Why'd you have to go and get pregnant?
What you just said, I hope you don't regret it.
All a wife has to do is obey her husband. Can you at least do that? Kathy just woke up. Let's cut this short, shall we? See ya.
Hey Trish, how are you? Congratulations. Thanks for giving us a grandson.
Dad, wow, it's been so long. How have you been? Yeah, not bad.
Sorry to contact you out of the blue like this. I got your line ID from your friend Carol, your neighbor. Nice girl, by the way.
Yeah, she's great. She told me all about it. She's the one that got in contact with you, right?
Yes, that's right. It was by pure chance that I was told about your situation.
Chance?
You talked to Carol about me before, right?
Come to think of it, I did mention you when we were talking about family. With the baby coming and all.
Well, she remembered my name and it apparently rang a bell, so she checked me out. And it turned out that I was the president of the company she was working for. She couldn't believe it at first, but she verified the family ties and got in contact me through the company intranet system.
Whoa, wait, back up. You're the president of a company now?
Yes, but it's only happened about 2 weeks ago. I'm really sorry I didn't contact you for so long. As you know, Mom and I divorced some time back. Fortunately, it was amicable. The main reason we got supported was basically because we were both workaholics, lol. After the divorce, I went overseas on business for almost 3 months. And we sort of lost touch. I didn't know she passed away until Carol told me about it. I felt terrible.
I see. I had no idea.
I really wish I was here. Maybe I should have stayed married to her, just separated.
You don't have to feel guilt over that. Mom knew how busy you were, and how much your work meant to you. Knowing Mom, that's probably why she didn't contact you. She's always sent me financial support through the years and insisted that I give you enough breathing space, so you can work to your heart's desire.
That's heartening to hear. Thanks for that, Trish. By the way, your husband, Paul, was it?
Huh? Yeah, that's right.
What do you plan on doing going forward?
Do? What do you mean?
I heard the whole situation from Carol, so you don't need to hold anything back. Tell me how you honestly feel.
Right. I suppose I'm leaning toward divorce. He gives his younger sister priority over me and the verbal abuse that I get. To be honest, I worry about our future together. Fortunately, I plan to return to work once I'm back on my feet. My company is pretty understanding when it comes to maternity leave. When I think about that, divorce seems the better option.
Okay, I understand. Then why don't we do this? Give me a bit of time to verify a few things.
Verify a few things. Like what?
When do you get released from the hospital?
Well, if all goes well, I should be out of here by next Wednesday.
Alright then. I'll contact you by then and we can work things out. Be patient, okay?
Not sure what you're up to, Dad, but yeah, okay.
Hey, Trish, are you there? Is that true about your dad? Is this some kind of joke? You never told me he was the president of that major corporation. Why didn't you mention this before we got married? How could you leave out such an important piece of information? Are you totally daft, Trish?
He contacted me just last week. It was the first time I heard he was the president of that company. I had no idea. He was working overseas for the past 3 months and just returned last week and was promoted to president on his return.
If your father is the president of that major corporation, well, that means you're the daughter of a big shot. You're like a VIP or whatever.
Yeah, well, this only happened 2 weeks ago, so I was never a VIP or socialite or whatever.
But you are the daughter of a company president. That's a fact. What the hell is going on here? If I had known this earlier, I would have... This is not happening.
Hey, Paul, are you upset about something? You're acting real weird.
Yeah, I'm upset. How can I not be? Your father is a big investor in our company, and I mean one of the biggest.
Really, I didn't have a clue.
And his company is one of our top clients. One move, and he has the power to even bankrupt us.
Seriously, this is the first I'm hearing about this. You never mentioned your work stuff to me, so how would I know, right?
Apparently, your father contacted the president of my firm and wanted him to check out his employees. He eventually heard there was some sort of shenanigans going on. They found out that me and Kathy's work performance was, like, not up to par.
I'm just assuming here, but I bet you guys were forcing others to do your job and taking time off when you weren't permitted to.
Huh? Hold it a sec. Why do you know that?
Again, I'm just assuming, but considering your attitude toward everything, and this goes for your sister too, it just seemed like the logical thing you guys would do.
You sound like you're enjoying this. Like it's just some casual conversation or something. You realize that both Kathy and I have been transferred? And get this, we're not being transferred to the same location either.
Roger that. Don't go screwing up this time, Paul.
Roger, what? The hell do you think you are anyways? It was all your fault that we ended up in this predicament. What are you going to do about it? I went to your father's office and had a meeting with him. I got down on my hands and knees begging him to reconsider, but your father just ignored me. This whole thing wouldn't have happened if you had just told me about your father and not kept it a secret. How could you be so devious? If you'd only warned us, we'd have been able to be more careful at work.
Like I said, I haven't seen my dad in a while, and I only learned of this like 2 weeks ago. How am I supposed to tell you when I didn't even know? And for your information, I had no connection to your job. You never told me anything about where you and Kathy worked or what you did. Yeah, so maybe it was my father who checked up on your work performance. But it was you guys who abused your position. To me, it looks like you guys are the only ones that are ultimately responsible. Don't blame all this on me. And another thing, I plan to divorce you once and for all.
What? Wait, divorce?
My father introduced me to a lawyer, so he'll probably be paying you a visit sometime soon. So I would appreciate it if you would sign it.
Trish, come on. You don't want to do this.
In addition, I plan to demand compensation for emotional distress that you caused all these years, especially when our baby was born. Any court will rule in my favor. Oh, and I will be demanding the proper child support for our son. We mustn't forget that.
No, you can't do this. I have a lot on my plate now. I have to pay for Kathy's stuff, and getting pushed out and transferred to some branch office somewhere means a reduction in pay. Taking money from me now? Your timing is impeccable, Trish.
Take money, huh? Isn't that what you did to me? When I went into labor, you stole my purse. Didn't you take money from me then? You left me there to suffer in pain because I had no money for a cab. If Carol hadn't been there to help, I could have died.
I need the money to take Kathy to the hospital. What can I say?
That's your problem, Paul. That behavior, that thought process, whatever you want to call it, that's what's screwed about you.
But the fact remains that I don't have any money.
Looks like this is going to go on into an endless loop, so let's cut it short.
But...
Oh yeah, one more thing. You and Kathy probably didn't realize this, but your mom and dad are both on my side with this.
Pardon me?
When Kathy went into labor, your folks went straight to the hospital with her, as any parent would. They only found out that I was all alone at the hospital was when they got home that night. They were furious for the way you acted towards your wife. They apologized profusely. Your mom was on the verge of tears. I ended up comforting her. They were overjoyed that I had reunited with my father and agreed to the divorce without complaint.
Are you really serious?
From now on, I want you to go through my lawyer. Anything you need, just contact them. Please don't contact me directly anymore. You got that, Paul?
Trish, you can't do this.
Goodbye. My son and I moved into my father's spacious condo downtown. On the day I was to be released from the hospital, my in-laws helped me escape without Paul or Kathy getting wind of it. They also helped in convincing Paul into agreeing to a one-time payment for damages and for child support. In return, I promised them that I would allow them to visit their grandson on occasion. I made sure I no longer had any contact with either Paul or his sister Kathy. I later heard that Kathy resigned from the company due to where she was being transferred to, and that she wanted to be with her brother. She blamed Paul for their downfall and insisted that her big brother take care of her as she stayed home with her child. That brother and sister relationship is a bit too bizarre for me. I heard the three of them went living at Paul's apartment somewhere up north. Most of the neighbors think that they are a family. I find it hard to believe that they even have any friends.